What's up, media platform? This is Anthony Roses here with Shane Ross. We're talking about next level basketball. What do you say is probably the greatest thing that brings you joy in training these kids?
Yeah, firstly, what up? Yeah, Shane. We're doing what I do typically, which is roll out to a school. We got a few kids to work out, and we're gonna, get after it. I actually lace up and work out with them, keeps me in shape. So, back to the question, obviously, which is what do I like about it? I think more than anything, there's a fulfillment that comes with it that's a little bit different from any of the fulfillment that I got from playing, which is, obviously these kids got dreams and aspirations to get in front of thousands of people and play in big arenas, and, get their parents got aspirations. You want to go to school, you want to do this and that, get your education. Now you got the whole NIL. For me, it's really cool just to draw that fulfillment of like giving back, but not in like a selfish way, because it's like super cool to see kids get good and be like, yeah, I had a part in that. But it's almost cooler to me just to see the way these kids start to walk different. They start to hold their heads up a little higher. They start to develop a little bit more of a confidence that they didn't have before. And to me, that's almost cooler than when they excel in basketball, because, it means that what I'm doing with my ability is serving a purpose that's not just for me. It's funny you say that, because, we talk a lot. That I would have, if I was still about it, just playing ball and getting my money, and like not even really just about getting money. If I just wanted to do that, keep living a lifestyle and kind of serving myself with basketball, I turned down an offer to go play this year again. And
Yeah, you did have the offer.
yeah, and that's okay. Like that was a place that I would have last year would have loved to go play at, and that's fine. And I had a great season in the TBL until I tore my shoulder. It was a lot of fun. But even then, like for the 3 weeks where I couldn't really practice, I was still at all the PR events. I was still at the Boys and Girls Clubs, at the schools, and like that's what I realized when I was over there, is like my real impact is, for the most part, it's on on the court still, it's in the gym still, but it's like helping other people get where they want to go with it now at this point. And so it kind of made it easy for me to say like, hey, like, I'm pretty deeply rooted in what I'm doing here. Because, the GM immediate, their like first instinct is to say, well, we can't give you a contract offer if you don't come work out. Like, what? We got to know. And I go, no, I understand that. That's what I'm trying to tell you is like, I'm pretty focused on my training and, building my window company and all that stuff. So, which you're directly affiliated with, completely shameless plug. If you got windows or screens or whatever, we're doing. But yeah, so this also, the cool part about this too, bro, is that like I can go out here and I'm getting like the travel side of like, that part of basketball I do miss. I miss being on the move, seeing the sights. You're like always either on a bus, in a van with a large group of guys, or you're flying somewhere to play. And that, travel does something good for you. So I think for my ADD especially. But yeah, so this is cool. It's a cool way for me to like keep my travel up, but be on the move to play ball still. You know what I mean? Like I played in that money tournament, and it was fun. And we kind of got gypped, but it was a close game. We lost. I'll take the L. But the thing is, like, I was able to go straight up to every single last one of the players who took $2,000 out of my pocket and dap them up and tell them, hey, congratulations, good game.
Right.
Hopefully next time I'll get you. But, like, that competitive nature in me is still there. You know, I still went crazy, but it's not, you know, it's not deep to me like on a level of like, oh, I gotta make money doing this, or oh, I gotta.
So that's one of the cool things I'd have to say, that it's been a pleasure of talking to you and getting to know you as well, is just for the fact that anytime we do talk basketball, I have seen your competitive side. I do know that you like to, you know, get out there and just give it your best and your all. But at the same time, I've also watched you walk that court and play with a humble heart, and it's because something you obviously love, right? So you not only just love the game and take it super to heart, but you're also taking your time out of your day to also go get these kids that want to be the next Kobe Bryant or Michael Jordan, of course. And I've also seen you with the kids, and it's awesome that you motivate them to be themselves and play their game, not so much to be like Michael Jordan or Kobe Bryant, but to be them and bring something new and fresh over to the courts. So,
I appreciate that, bro. That's true too. That's the first thing I tell kids too. I go, look, there are things that I'm going to teach you, and it's going to be the right way. And it might be that you hate me for a while because I'm drilling it into you. I got to continue. You got to do it reps. But I always tell these kids, the one thing I don't want to do is change your game. I just want to add to it. I don't want to change the way you shoot. I just want to make little tweaks and adaptations to it so that it makes you more effective. I don't want to change the way you want to play, whether that be a face-up guy, back to the basket, big guard, whatever you play. Like, I don't want to change that. I want them to still be their individual selves on the court, but also, like, I want them, there are just certain intangibles that, like, no matter what, I got to have them doing off of us just on a second nature type deal, you know what I mean? Yeah. Which is, I think originally, like, probably, geez, I'm dating myself. It's probably like 11, 12 years ago, I was like, we're coming up with this, it's like the next level, second nature basketball system or something like that. It was basically just that I want everything we do, I want them to be so used to doing that, like by the time they get into a game, it's just second nature for them to have a second, third move, or to have a counter, or to get stuck on the block and knowing to throw it up and under. You know what I mean? Like, so the repetition and stuff, that's going to build their game. But like, I think the way that I motivate them and try to work out with them as much as I can, like, there's something about like putting in blood, sweat, and tears with people. So like when you're in there putting in that sweat with them as a trainer, I think that's the coolest part versus being a coach, is just like you get to go in there and directly relate with them. So yeah, like there's just it's all positives really, bro. It's all positives. I have such a good time with these kids that it's like, I wish if we could, like, I mean, we're adding players as we go. Like, it seems like every place we go, we add like another one or two every couple of weeks to that workout. So as long as like that's the movement, and then by the time like June, July rolls around, I want to be able to do 2, maybe 3 completely free camps. And I want to be able to also throw a couple camps for some upcoming high school seniors. Now that like the NIL and stuff is going on, I would love to be able to help guys who are like getting ready to play in college make some money like running camps. You know, like just whoever. You know, obviously you got Andre Hudson and Calvin Torbert's son, the name drop. They just won a state championship. So say you go, yo, let's do, you know what I'm saying, Cameron Hudson camp. Because, I mean, his dad obviously has Andre Hudson camp every year. So that would be something he probably did under his dad. But as an example, there's Andre Hudson camp, which is one of the most successful camps, probably affiliated with East Lansing next to, you know, Izzo, and his camp, his grind week every, you know, year. So I think that, like, I think humility is using the gifts that God's given you to help others, right? Like, and it's crazy because my I don't know, like my favorite set of coaches has been to this day my high school coaches, and I had an awesome AAU coach, and I had a lot of very, very amazing basketball mentors. But John Schweitzer was my assistant coach, and he just won a state championship as the assistant for Ray over there at East Lansing. And that's just one of the things that I love about him, is that my man is just behind the scenes.
Yeah, so Schweitzer is also a motivational type guy.
Schweitzer's going to motivate you no matter. Talk to me at some of the worst points in my life, and then like, don't forget what a gift you have. You know what I mean? Like, he's like, I've witnessed you do things on the court that I've never seen anyone do. You know, pros included, and like that stuff encouraged me and it stuck with me, and so I want to be like that. So that was cool to see him get a state championship. He's coaching at East Lansing, where he went to school. Awesome guy. But that was awesome. But my point about him, before I get all the way sidetracked, is he stays behind in the scenes and like never puts his face on nothing, and that is dope to me, because like it's easy in basketball. It seems like, you know, it's like the show. Yeah, the show. You know what I mean? It's almost like WWE now if you turn on the NBA. So right, everybody's all about getting the shine and the glory, it seems like, and like you know what I mean? Like the recognition. And so I love the fact that like I can just duck behind the scenes, and there's guys like him who just choose to duck behind the scenes, make an impact, but still chase their passion and do what they love to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So,
that's always awesome. All right, well, thank you for your time. Again, it's Anthony Roses and Shane Ross.
You already know.
Level Up Basketball.
Let's get this workout in.
Yes, sir. Stay tuned. We're about to hit the gym with the youngins. Peace.